New Era Wrestling fans, you have waited long enough. I apologize for having gotten busy. I had to go to St. Louis to surprise my sister. I'm sorry. But 2 weeks later, here I am getting you your Bird Brawl review. I know I'm looking a little scruffy, but it's no shave November. What can we do? Guys, I'm a big man. I mean that literally and figuratively, and I can admit when I'm wrong. You see, Bird Brawl really is a lot like Thanksgiving. I mean, you have that one relative with the facial hair that thinks they should just kiss everybody, whether you want to be kissed or not. You have that one person that looks like they belong at the kids' table, and every time they try to escape the kids' table, the big ones are right there, bouncing them back to the kids' table. There's awkward family time everywhere you turn, and you got that one guy who's a little big for his britches with those ugly glasses that wants to come in and challenge the authority at Thanksgiving. Well, guys, we had all of that at Bird Brawl. That's right. Bird Brawl, Feeding Denver's Hungry, and Thanksgiving. It's all interconnected. Let's get into this. Our opening match of the evening was the return of the Bearded Lady with ring mistress Ophelia taking on Cody Devine with Big Deal Mac Battle for the 5280 championship. Guys, Cody Devine retained in this match, but you probably saw that coming because that's what he does. He retains. He's the history in the making. Come on, guys. You knew this was coming. Match 2 was Hunter Gray versus Jason Knoll. Apparently, the family love has ended, and these two just want to beat each other down. And beat each other down they did. They started in the ring, and then they vanished. According to the ref, it went to a double countout. But we'll come back to them in just a moment, because that's kind of important. But up next, here's the guy challenging the authority at Thanksgiving with the hideous glasses. Listen, you can tell us that those are $200 sunglasses all you want, Maddie. I saw them at the thrift store for $1.50, all right? Maddie Scrumptious comes out, tells Stephen Powers that Stephen Powers doesn't respect him, that he's got it out for Maddie Scrumptious. Maddie. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody's got it out for you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to talk to you real right now, okay? Everybody's got it out for you because you just don't know when to stop. Dude, Sin Bodhi tried to explain it to you without putting his hands on you, and you still kept pushing. So what do now? You decide that it's a good time to poke the bear. The turkey, as it were. Stephen Powers, because, Thanksgiving, he's the turkey, he was in the ring. So you poked the bear, right? So what does the bear do? He knew you were going to come out and demand a match. So he gave you a match. You got to face off with Monster Zero. I hope you're realizing the mistake you made here because Monster Zero is not the one to mess with, and I think Stephen Powers is corrupt as he may be. I think Stephen Powers may have finally found the one thing to get through to you to show you gotta learn to think before you speak. I've been trying to tell you this for months on the reviews, on the previews, every chance I get. But you know what? Maddie's gonna Maddie. And it doesn't matter what we try to remind him of. And every time he goes through this adversity in the ring that he brings on himself, it's very important to remember he brings it on himself. It's just another hard lesson that he has to learn. Guys, I, for one, am willing to sit there at the commentary table and watch him take in every hard lesson that is presented to him because of his running of his own mouth. So, Maddie, you got Monster Zero. I hope you're happy you got what you wanted. During the course of this match, Jason Knoll and Hunter Gray battle their way back to the ring because they're not done yet. No, their match isn't over, according to them. They get in and they take a double choke slam from Monster Zero, who turns his attention back over to Maddie Scrumptious and finishes off Maddie Scrumptious like Maddie Scrumptious is nothing. Wipe the floor with him. Monster Zero is your winner. Guys, Monster Zero is on a path of destruction. Where is it going to end? I don't know. This could go all the way to the top. We're going to find out in the coming months. Up next, we had our triple threat match for the number one contendership for the New Era title. Bruce Rogers, who I've been pushing to get a rematch for months, months, Duff Doyle, who is one of the number one wrestlers in the state of Colorado, who consistently puts on a hell of a match and shows that he has earned his spot, and Billy 5.2. Guys, I can't say enough good things about Billy. Billy has really impressed me in the time that he's been around. And even though I am Max Magius and I have a higher standard, Billy has definitely stepped up to that line and proved himself time and time again. And this match was no different. However, Billy had a difficult mountain to climb. Two of them, actually. Bruce Rogers, Duff Doyle's, they're so much bigger than he is. And while I do believe that Billy deserved the shot that he was given by being in this match, that was just too much for him to overcome. In the end, Bruce Rogers wins this match. Even though Billy got himself a near fall during the match, he was impressive. He showed that he had the heart and the hunger for this match. Unfortunately, he just couldn't overcome the size disadvantage, and Bruce Rogers is your winner. After the match, the men shook hands, and in a great show of short sportsmanship, and Bruce Rogers asked them to have his back if he has to face off with Logan at Season's Beatings. Because we still don't know who's going to be the champion at Season's Beatings. Is it going to be Logan? Is it going to be Junsu? We're going to find out later tonight in the main event. But if it happens to be Logan and Bruce Rogers has to face off against Logan, he knows that he's not just facing off against Logan. He is facing off with Logan, Cody Devine, and the Big Deal Mac Battle. And guys, the besties are going to take every advantage available to them. And that is why it was smart of Bruce Rogers to get back up. It's the only way he can even the odds. The two men agreed. Our first half of our Season's Beatings main event is set. We'll find out later in the review who Bruce Rogers will be facing for the New Era Championship. Up next, though, we went into intermission. Guys, intermission is one of the best parts of the show. We play you a few songs, I get to step away, and then I come back refreshed and ready to call the second half of the show. And our opening match in the second half of the show, guys, is a New Era Tag Team title match. On the one side, you got Black Ops, one of the greatest this side of the Mississippi, and I honestly believe the other side of the Mississippi, and one of the greatest from the Great White North. You got Eric Angel and his tag team partner, Methuselah. These two together form Black Ops, and they are taking on Adrian Grimm and Killian Crow. Now, the last time we saw Adrian Grimm, he got shoved into a casket by Junsu last month. Killian Crow did not fare as well in that as he would have liked, but at least he wasn't shoved into the casket in the end. Guys, this was a hell of a match. You had two teams that wanted it. Okay, so you had Adrian Grimm and Killian Crow that really wanted to put some pain on the Black Ops. And you had Eric Angel, who he loves to win, and he's damn good at it. And then you had Methuselah in there with all the dust flying off of him because, I mean, he's old. He's like a mummy, and all that dust comes from the wraps. But in the end, Black Ops was successful in retaining their tag team titles. These guys are on a run. I don't know who's going to beat them, but Methuselah, once again, it's time for you to retire, man. I can't stress this enough. At your age, you're becoming more and more of a danger to yourself and those around you. And I know you don't want to put Eric Angel into any danger. That's not you. So perhaps it's time to actually start thinking about retiring. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be right here waiting for that announcement because I know it's coming sooner than later. But you know what? I think we need to do something before that. I'm going to do something I haven't done. I'm going to reach out to you here soon. Be ready for my call. After this match ended, we got the match that we were all waiting for. Not only did we have the return of Johnny Proof, he was in Dr. Silver's corner, for those of you that don't know. But we also had the return of our queen, Alexis Vane. All hail Alexis Queen. Alexis Vane, our queen. Here's the deal, guys. If Tony Morales wins this match against Johnny Proof, Dr. Silver steps in the ring for 5 minutes. And Johnny Proof agrees to never set foot in a New Era ring again. If our numero uno, Tony Morales, does not win this, it's a dark day in New Era history, folks. But I, of course, had all the faith in our fearless leader. I knew that the Mafia numero uno had this match well in hand. And sure as hell he did. Our leader went out there and he put the boots to Johnny Proof. It was not an easy match. Johnny Proof is one hell of a fighter. I will never take away from how good Johnny Proof is in that ring or how brutal the man can be. But in the end, Morales brought the victory home. And in the end, Dr. Silver had to step into that ring for 5 minutes. Two things. Dr. Silver tried to escape that 5 minutes. Johnny Proof, you earned some respect from me when you threw him back into the ring. I, for one, would welcome your return in the future. Maybe the powers that be can negotiate something for that. But the other thing is, as Tony Morales said when he got on the microphone after the match, the agreement was never that Tony Morales would step in the ring with Dr. Silver for 5 minutes. The only agreement was that Dr. Silver would step in that ring for 5 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, our queen, Alexis Vane, had her ring gear on underneath her dress. Dr. Silver, you've been running your mouth for months. And I got to be honest, it's kind of starting to go in one ear and out the other. And some of the things you've had to say, I don't have a lot of respect for. But you know who took exception to it even more than I did? Our queen, Alexis Vane. She put the hurting on you. You know, I have never seen a medical professional run quite as fast as you did once you escaped from the ring. And one word comes to mind, sir. It was glorious. In fact, if anybody has the tape of Dr. Silver getting beat down by Alexis Vane and then running to the back, please send it over to me. I'd like to put it on loop on my laptop and watch it over and over and over again, because there's just something beautiful about a man that devious, that evil, that narcissistic getting what's coming to him. All hail Alexis Vane. All hail Tony Morales. The Mafia has exerted its power. Up next, we have our main event of the evening. Junsu, the master of the Choppy Choppy, taking on 10 out of 10 Logan. Guys, if you have been around for a while, you know that I have nothing but love for Junsu. And yeah, there's some fear in that because I have felt his chops in the past and I don't want to feel them again. And I'm going to tell you right now, take my personal experience to heart. You don't want to feel them either. And Logan is the future of pro wrestling. I can say it 1,000,000 times, but all it takes is for one act to get you all to believe it. Unfortunately, you're so skeptical that I don't think you believed it after this match, and that's okay, because one day that realization is going to hit you. You are going to realize that Logan truly is the future of pro wrestling. It doesn't hurt that he has history in the making, Cody Devine, and the big deal Mac Battle in his corner, because those two are exceptional in their own right. I know my broadcast colleague does not see it. I know he doesn't get why I sing the praises of Mac, and I know most of you don't either. But Mac is brilliant. He really is. Whether you love him or hate him, this guy brought gold to the two people that he wanted to have gold. He got them these matches. They went in there and they got that gold, but he was smart enough to negotiate these matches at a time when they were ready, when it was time for them. The big deal Mac Battle is the real deal Mac Battle. He is a cunning negotiator. He is a brilliant man. He knows when it's time to step in and when it's time to stand back. And he aligned himself with two very talented individuals, Cody Devine and Logan. Cody Devine is your 5280 champion. Guys, come on. Mac negotiated the match that led to that. Cody Devine is your champ. And ever since then, Cody Devine has retained that belt in defense after defense. Logan is your new era wrestling champion. Mac negotiated that battle for him. Logan won that title at the time that he was supposed to. He has successfully defended it one time in this match that we're about to talk about next. If you do not see how special these three men are, you're going to. Keep your eye on them. They have a straight shot to the top. Logan defending against Chop It Junsu. Junsu says 10 out of 10, we'll chop again. And I don't doubt it. We will see these two face off again in the future. And Logan will take those chops again. But guys, Logan took those chops and overcame them. Logan went on to win this match against Junsu, setting us up for Seasons Beatings main event. Our main event at Season Beatings, New Era Wrestling Championship. 10 out of 10 Logan versus Bruce Rogers. But more than that, it's the best friends. Big Deal Mac battle. History in the making. And Logan Austin squaring off against Bruce Rogers, Duff Doyle, and Billy 5.2. Yes, it's a one-on-one match, but the numbers are going to be there, and you're going to see it show up as a 3-on-3 at various points, because that's how this works. And you can take that to the bank. Guys, Logan overcame Junsu, retains his title, and is your new era wrestling champion. I can't say much more about him. The kid is very talented. But I'm not giving this match the Match of the Night honors. Match of the Night honors goes to that triple threat. Bruce Rogers, Billy 5-2, Duff Doyle. Guys, these three brought the house down. You could feel the desire in each man all the way through this match to win this and go on to the main event at Seasons Beatings. Guys, your match of the night, the triple threat, number one contendership for the New Era Championship. Bruce Rogers, Duff Doyle, Billy 5.2. You guys earned it. And your Wrestler of the Month. Guys, come on. Did you really think that the Mafia would pick somebody for the Wrestler of the Month other than Tony Morales when Tony Morales wrestled? That's right. Tony Morales is the Wrestler of the Month for Bird Brawl. Guys, Toys for Tots, Seasons Beatings. The main event is set. Bruce Rogers will take on Logan Austin. All of this is at Mile High Comics, Saturday, December 10th. Better be there. You better bring your toys. We're going to see you then. And guys, I'm going to have one hell of a preview for you coming soon, because I have seen what they've already announced, and I know a few other things. And guys, this card is stacked. If you missed Bird Brawl, I wish you hadn't, but don't miss Seasons Beatings. Tune in for my preview 2 weeks from now when I tell you what I know and we get you set up for what's going to happen. All right? Good night, guys.